Hey everybody, what's up from Roll, Minnesota, your state of skate. Hey, I'm Butch Lehman, and today we're in for another episode of Rolling Reactions. Today's episode features a skater that I find tremendously underrated, and he's been killing it for a really long time. So if you've never heard of Jeremy Soderberg, you guys are in for a real treat today. In fact, we're starting the video off with my first exposure to him, and that was in the video Teach Them Well. This video is phenomenal, has some great sections in it, and is one of my favorites of all time. After that, we'll take a look at two of his newer profiles, one titled Represent, which I believe was from roughly 2020, and then his most recent one, which just dropped a few days ago, called Stimulus. He's going to be making the change for us, passing out the cash with some amazing tricks. So stick around, let's check it out, and I invite you to join me as we roll into it. Let's watch. All right, this first section is from Teach Them Well, and as I alluded to earlier, this was a tremendous video. One of my personal favorites. I love that title graphic, that really weird rail. Looks like a lot of fun. He goes fast, has a ton of style, skating the shadow skates in here. Now I always felt like in this section, Jeremy reminded me a lot of Damian Wilson, but just kind of that kicked back style and some of the Luke Hang cross grab stuff that he does. And I mean that as the highest of praise because I'm a big Damian Wilson fan as well. And he just kills ledges. One of the other things that I remember from this section is just the massive amount of like Unity and Savannah tricks. And he definitely has those. He definitely has the one-footed grinds as well, torques, backslides, fast slides. You'll see all of the above in this section. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Jeremy, and this trick is really cool. Nice back Savannah going through the curves, keeping it calm, under control, ducking under the tree on the way out. That's exactly how you want to see it done. Also, shout out for getting a tea kettle in a video, because you don't see a lot of those. But going back to Teach Them Well, a lot of really cool profiles in this section. I know Connor O'Brien absolutely murdered it in this. I believe Cameron Card had a section in here. Just really great video. I encourage you guys to check out some of those other profiles if you haven't seen them. Like I was saying, this was my first exposure to Jeremy, and I loved what I saw. Going full misfit. I was trying to struggle there finding the word, but yeah, the full cab misfit down the rail. Really nice, really steezy. Little transfer here on the down rail. Definitely a creative eye for tricks too, considering how old this was. I think this video came out in like 2007 or so. You guys will have to fact check me on that. I don't remember exactly. This was always one of my favorite parts in this video, is this little like kinky P rail. Looks so wild, but so much fun, and I like that last little transfer coming back to topsoul. Also, I've always enjoyed doing that switch up too, the true top horn to acid, and that's a nice rail to do it on. A lot of good variety in this section. Like if you notice, he hit the alley-oop sole, right foot, zero sole, down with the left foot, showing off that technicality there. Nice front torque, really scenic looking spot here. Nice lit up ledge at nighttime. I think we all love skating spots like that. And I think this is down in LA. You guys can correct me on that, but I think he was an LA skater. And I'm sure, you know, getting out to skate at night when it's not as hot out is probably how you do it down in the South. Big transfer here. Going top acid to back Royale. I've always been a fan of the transfer rails. They're pretty scary though, you gotta be committed. Going 540. Bio, a little bit sideways on that. It's another trick that I love, the true spin sole. Definitely not one of my better tricks, if I'm being honest, but making it look easy there. Got the big drop ledge, traditional backside down, and not a lot of great spot for landing there. Instantly another couple small stair sets, but he calculated that one out just perfectly. You guys know I love the pud slides. That's a trick you don't see very often from even some of the best professionals out there. And nice cross grab backslide right at the camera. Good angle for a fisheye shot. Full alley-oop topsoul going down a rail. That's another one that's extremely difficult to do. So like I said, really good variety here. And maybe my favorite trick, second favorite trick. I've got a lot of favorites here, but the fast slide on a handicap rail. Who does that? That's pretty wild. All right, fast forwarding to our next section. This one was titled Represent. I think this was just released as an online profile, and Jeremy, all these years later, still getting stuff done, showing us that technicality that, you know, he was known for even way back early on, the days of Teach Them Well. Looking like he's going negative on that one. And then true spin Machio. Really clean full cab out, too. Some nice creativity on that C-ledge. Yeah, he just kind of shrugs it off like, yeah, I guess that worked. And it did. Those step over budgets, too, are really awesome. I'm a big fan of those. Not really my genre of skating, but I really appreciate the level of control that it takes to maneuver in that manner. Look at this, using the 90 degree of the ledge. Again, unconventional way to skate a spot, but it's those little fine nuances that makes blading more interesting to watch. That's something you're going to see from both of these next two sections, is he utilizes a lot of creative spots and a lot of quick foot maneuvering to really add that level of technicality to his skating. Cool little overlay montage here. I have no idea what's going on. Got Aunt Jemima and Fiji water. Maybe those are his sponsors. I think we could all use some unconventional mainstream sponsors. I think I'd take some Taco Bell maybe. Some Chipotle, hit me up. Ooh, the little 1 foot backslide, or yeah, the cess slide down the ledge there. Yeah, very unconventional. Kind of like trash can, fast slide, trash can, or garage. I don't really know what that is, but still pretty cool. That was nice. Again, really good use of the fisheye shot there. Just killing this little curb. You know, sometimes people look at stuff like that and they think it's silly because it's a curb. But I dare you to try skating some of that smaller stuff. Sometimes the smaller an obstacle is, the more difficult it is actually to pull off those types of tricks. True spin acid. My personal opinion, that's probably the toughest of all the true spin grinds. I know a lot of people are most comfortable with true spin Mizu. I've always found like true spin porn or true top porn to be the easiest of them. Maybe I'm a little bit weird in that, right? But true spin soul, true spin acid, the ones we got to bring the front foot around, those ones to me have always been the most difficult, but also the most scary. Like, the margin of error is significantly smaller for some of those other ones. That was nice. Used both sides of the ledge on that one. And that's one of those spots that just looks super fun. Like, that looked like it slid beautifully. Parking garage, parking ramps. It seems like they always have some sort of ledge to skate. Look at this. All these years later, he's still throwing the pud slides down. Respect for that. Got a really characteristic 540 too. I don't know if you see the like little swoop that he does with his feet on the last 180. And that trick was really sick too. He used like 3 different pieces of ledge in one grind. Going like the Christ torque there. That's one you don't see very often. I was not expecting it to go to front torque there, but pretty cool. A lot of switch-ups going around that. I don't know, guys. There's so much raw talent out there in the inline skating community that whenever I do one of these videos for rolling reactions, it's always difficult to decide like who to feature next. Ultimately, that's one of my goals with the channel and with these types of rolling reaction videos is to shine a spotlight on some of the guys out there that are really building up blading and showcasing it at a high level. And so I hope to be that shining light, kind of casting down some recognition and praise to all those that I think are worthy and deserve it. And holy crap, that was sick. What a weird spot for the random little rail, but I'm glad he used every part of that. Nice little transfer there, too. But that's what I want to do, and I think there are so many worthy bladers out there, and Jeremy is one of those guys that's just been killing it for a really long time at a really high level. And maybe he doesn't get his name mentioned as much with some, but he's definitely deserving. All right, guys, we'll hit you with one more section from Jeremy Soderberg. This one's titled Stimulus. It came out relatively recently. And based on the title, I assume that this was filmed over 2020, 2021 when the stimulus checks were hitting. Just based on the title, that's what I'll have to assume. And right away to start things off, we're hitting some ledges with some really long holds. And that's another thing that I've always liked about Jeremy is he's really good at locking into a grind and holding that grind and just making it look comfortable. Even going back to Teach Them Well when he locked in that backside Savannah through the curves, and it just looks super comfortable there. But anyway, guys, with rolling reactions, you'll have to let me know down in the comments who else is worthy of featuring on this channel. Ultimately, that is what I want to do, is highlight all those skaters that are deserving. And I'm sure there are countless other people that have been killing it for a really long time and just deserve their chance in the spotlight. So that's what I'm here to do. That's what this channel is for. And if you guys have any recommendations, I'll definitely take them. So leave them down below. Anyway, we'll hit that backslide and roll in fakie. It's all these unconventional tricks that you're finding from Jeremy. And I really do feel like some of this is a breath of fresh air in skating, because we had years and years where skating was very one-dimensional. You know, it was big tricks, it was down rails, it was kink rails, it was gaps. And I love those things, don't get me wrong. That is my personal favorite type of skating. But some of these creative switch-ups and the technical aspects and these scenic spot choices, I think make for a whole different element added to skating. So I love it. I think that's one of the great things about skating, is just how diverse the people are in the skating community, but also how diverse the styles are, the tricks are, the spot selection is. And it's all of those things coming together that make it interesting and rewatchable. That we can watch all this different type of content, never get bored with it. And same as a skater, we can skate for years and years and years, and always find something new to come to. Coming back to the ledges. Definitely a lot of ledges in these profiles. There's nothing wrong with that. There's that cross grab backslide I love again. Oh, I remember that spot from the last one. That one's the last trick that I really loved. And again, he's using the little rail, going over the curb. I love it. This spot looks like a dream spot. Just a bank to down ledge, or I guess in this case, do the down ledge, make it an up ledge to bank. I would love to skate something like that. I'm noticing a lot of negative tricks from Jeremy here too. That's the thing that I was talking about earlier too, like the way he does his shifties and his Luke hangs, and his X-ups, his abstracts I should call them, on the way out of tricks. Really reminiscent to me of Damian Wilson. Using the tree. Adding some nature into skating. We'll take it. Speaking of unconventional, that ledge had caps all over it, but that didn't stop him from skating it. I know we've skated spots before that have some caps, but you make do with what you have, right? That was pretty cool. I don't know. I think I've heard recently or seen recently that Jeremy's been doing a lot of work behind the camera, producing and editing videos, filming. You guys will have to let me know. I'm not 100% sure about that. What video was it that came out recently? Pop Killer? I could be totally mistaken on this, so definitely let me know if I'm wrong. But I think that was, at least in part, filmed and produced by Jeremy. Again, if I'm wrong, let me know. If I'm right, let me know. I'd love to know either way. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Rolling Reactions featuring Jeremy Soderberg. Again, when I was first introduced to him was in the video Teach Them Well. Phenomenal video. Absolutely love that one. And he just really impacted me because I didn't know who this guy was, but I remember being taken aback by just how much style and control he had on all those one-footed tricks, those cross-legged unities and savannas, and just his overall style and aesthetic as a skater. A lot of support for him. I'm glad to see that he's still out there killing it, skating on a regular basis. And from what I assume, or what I think that I've heard and seen, is working on the other end as a filmer, as a cinematographer, making videos, and casting that same spotlight on other skaters. So that's something that I think we all have a responsibility to do. We're here as skaters to appreciate the culture, the community, but we're also ambassadors for that next generation. And I'm happy to say that Jeremy Soderberg is a guy that seems to be doing all of the right things for those purposes, and I can respect that. Anyway, guys, I'm Butch Lehman of Roll, Minnesota, reminding you to stay safe, stay healthy, and get out there and do some blading. We'll see y'all with the next video. Until then, peace, everybody.